YouTube. This is Trey Heru. I'm back with another video. I know this is a little bit different from my usual videos in terms of making like the codes or breaking down Illuminati cards. But it turns out with the Illuminati cards, they actually took the ones that I use to get hidden images off the cards. They pretty much took them all off the internet. So yeah. For me, that's kind of just validation that they're actually trying to hide something. So, yeah. If something does come up, then I'll try to make an update video of like what's been going on, especially in terms of leading towards World War III. But yeah. All right. So, pretty much this video is going to be speaking about how to access lucid dreaming to tap into higher dimensions. And pretty much the right way to do it, and not like trying to do those 5-minute microwave lucid dreaming 5-minute videos. Like that shit is impossible. So the first thing you're gonna need, you're gonna need a dream journal. Well, I have two, but you're gonna need a dream journal. So the reason for this is dream journals help your dream recall. So you know how you wake up in the morning and after you have a dream, it only lasts for like maybe like like almost barely 10 to 20 seconds. Like you can barely remember your dream. So it's critical that you write down your dream immediately when you start your journey into lucid dreaming. Reason being is it helps your subconscious know that you're serious about trying to get into the dream realm, because you need to you're basically convincing yourself. You're convincing your subconscious that you really want this, that you really are trying to get into the realm of dreams. And it's repetition. Like it's something you have to constantly be aware of, and it actually helps you get into the dream realm later on after you're pretty much done doing that. So dream journals, you need a scheduled sleep time. So by that, I mean, like, you have to have a set sleep schedule. Like, you can't be going to sleep at, like, 1, 2 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning. Like, I prefer, like, since I know we're old and I know it's hard for us to all go to sleep at certain times, and especially because we got work, I would prefer trying to get to sleep at like, 12:30-ish. 1 at the latest. Because you need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep to even get get back into dreaming. I know a lot of us don't even dream like that anymore. And then you need to stay away from your cell phones the last hour of sleep, because that blue light is gonna kill it. It's gonna kill it for your pineal gland producing melatonin. And that's another thing. You need to sleep in complete darkness. Like it needs to be absolutely dark when you go to sleep. Like, so that means like. Don't have the TV on. Don't have your cell phone like at least in your face. Like, well, yeah, you have to have your cell phone off. Like any light, like any like night light, just turn it all off. Like you're gonna have to like learn to sleep in complete darkness, because without the melatonin producing naturally, it's not gonna work. Trust me. Like you have to sleep absolutely in the dark. I suggest staying away from synthetic melatonin that you buy from the store, like CVS, Walmart, etc. That does help you with getting to sleep, but for some reason, like it gives you like terrible nightmares. Well, I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I actually take melatonin, like I notice like I actually get nightmares instead of just regular dreams. And like me, I don't really care for nightmares. But it's just, I don't feel like dealing with all that. Like, it's really annoying. Like, waking up, like, sweating, like, it's just extra for me. So, I mean, if it works for you, then go ahead and do it. But, like I said, you rather have the body do it because that's natural technology. So, yeah. Just let your body produce the melatonin. Books I prefer to read that can help you on your journey, because when you read books on lucid dreaming, it helps the subconscious mind, and it helps you. Like I said, you're trying to convince yourself that you really want this, and your subconscious is going to pick up on that. So, a book I prefer that you check out is Lucid Dreaming: Gateway to the Inner Self by Robert Wagner. This is a good book. This one helped me uh, learn to do my reality checks, and pretty much like it just helped me it helped guide me on my journey. But as far as the book goes in general, it's good for like learning what to expect when you learn how to lucid dream and how to modulate your feelings. Uh, it gets a little bit more into his life about like how he used lucid dreaming to like excel and propel like his own life. So it's like probably after chapter 7 or 8 is when it like kind of like uh, stirs away from like the main subject of learning how to lucid dream. But it's still a good book, and it's still good to learn from other people's experiences. So yeah, this one helped me a lot. This book, I read this book twice. Like, don't mind the bookmark because like it's always good to go back and to reread to reread things. So yeah, I suggest this book, Lucid Dreaming: Gateway to the Inner Self. Uh, Here we have H.P. Lovecraft's Dream Quest and the Unknown Catif. So this isn't about lucid dreaming. This is just more so this book or this little how do I explain it? It's like a damn. It's hard to explain because it's not a book. It's more like little short stories all built into one, but it's all about dreams, especially with this character named John Carter, and like he's like basically trying to journey through the unknown cadet. But I got this because it's just something about dreams, and it just helps your, like I said, it helps your mind, and you're trying to convince yourself that, you know what I mean, you're trying to get into the dream realm. So this is good. I suggest getting this like if you just want something to read, and you know what I mean, just something to build your imagination. Because that's another thing that's key. You have to have a very active imagination, and you have to be able to. You need that to manifest in your dreams, or when you're lucid dreaming, to help you create and manipulate and build stuff. So yeah, that's another good one. This book I just started reading, Astral Projection and Lucid Dreaming. So my next step after I conquer lucid dreaming is learning astral projection. So this book's been good so far. I had to skip the first half of the book because the first half is about astral projection, and I'm still learning lucid dreaming. Like, you can still learn from this. Like if I was to master this, that means I'll be having lucid dreams every night. But at this point in time, I'm only having like probably 3 lucid dreams a week. So I'm getting there, but it's like I'm probably still far off because I still can't fly in my dreams, and that shit is super hard. But yeah, I suggest this book. It's really good. Pretty much goes over a lot more techniques than the Lucid Dreaming Gateway to the Inner Self. So the techniques that I use to actually wake up inside my dreams is the reality check I use is looking at my hands. So I look at my hands like probably 20-30 times throughout the day and say, when I see my hands, I'm going to wake up in my dreams. So I do this about 30 times a day. Like, no matter where I am, like whether I'm sitting down outside, walking, going to the store, inside a store, wherever, like on a bus, whatever. I'm constantly doing this so I can train my subconscious mind to wake up inside my dreams. So by the time I'm in a dream, like my hands will pop up in front of me and I'll be like, oh, I'm dreaming. And then boom, I'm awake. So like I said, it's constant repetition. You're going to want to constantly do this. Like, if you can check your phone every 5 minutes, you can do this in terms of lucid dreaming. Like, in terms of trying to get into your lucid dream. But like I said, it's not fun. But, you know what I mean? If you want something, you're going to learn how to do it. You know what I mean? So that's the reality check that I use. There's plenty of other. I know there's one where you can get a specific object, like what is it? Like a quarter or something, and like keep it in your pocket and constantly pick it up and be like, is this a dream? Is this a dream? But for me, like, that's kind of doing a lot because constantly having to pick something up instead of just like using my hands because they're always with me and being like, okay, like, is this a dream? Like, am I dreaming? Like, okay, I'm in reality. So The technique that I use in terms of getting into dreamland is the wake back to bed technique. So I sleep in two halves. Uh, I'll go to sleep once, like I said, like if I go to sleep at my specific designated time, I'll go to sleep around 12:30 ish, and then I'll wake up around 4 a.m. For some reason, I always wake up at 4 a.m. It's weird, but I hear that's when the veil is the most thinnest, so I wouldn't expect anything less because I'm very spiritual. But yeah, so I use the wake back to bed technique. I usually don't dream in that first half, so more or less, if I do, I'll wake up, write down in my dream journal, uh, read a little bit in the books, just to you know what I mean, help the subconscious mind. Um, I'll read, and then by the time I go to sleep for the second half, I'll induce my lucid dream. Like I have a better chance of inducing my lucid dream. That's what the wake back to bed technique is. So what I noticed too is when I do use that technique, wake back to bed, most of my lucid dreams occur between the hours of 6:30 to 7 a.m. to 8. Like those are like the most crucial times. I don't know what it is about like when days like when the lights barely like when the sun's barely coming up or when the sun's already up. It's almost like between those hours, like I don't know what it is, but that's the only time I have lucid dreams. Like it never happens in the early hours. It's for some reason like it has something to do with the sunlight being up at a specific time. So it's like when the veil's still like lifting. Like it's a really weird, but I think it really has something to do with the sun. Uh, so the first time I ever had a lucid dream, um, what was this? This was like I think 3 years ago. I've been studying lucid dreaming since 2018, so yeah, it's been 5 years. The first time I actually had one was 3 years ago. Yeah. So the first experience I had, I was at work. This is one of my old jobs, and I was going up a escalator. I think that's what it is. Yeah, escalator. And, like there was like a bunch of women on the top floor, and like I'm walking, and like all of a sudden my hands like pop up in my face, and I'm like, oh, this is a dream. Like, but it was weird. Prior to this, my eyes were already open, but when I had awoken in the dream, it's like my eyes went shut, and like I was barely seeing out of one eye. It was almost like I was waking up for the first time. And what I was seeing, it was like the light was it was like a golden light. So I'm like looking at my hands, and like it's all slow motion. I'm like, whoa, this is a dream. Like this is a dream. So as I'm waking up, my eyes start like fully opening. Like this was such a weird experience. Like this is why I think like my mind's eye was opening for the first time in terms of getting back into the dream realm. So what did I do next? So me, I got super excited, and that's something that you have to control, like your excitement, because that can cause the dream to collapse. So this is another thing that taught me something really important. So as I'm like trying to explore, I'm trying to go back down the escalator, and like there's this big ass pig like right in the middle, and I'm telling the pig to move, and like he didn't move. Like he gave me like this stare. It was so weird. Like this pig gave me the stare, and he started growling, and like it kind of made my heart jump a little bit. I was just like, whoa, like how is this possible? Like that made me realize like you can't control the dream. Like you're not God. Like the world of dreams is like something that it's like your subconscious is mostly in control, and you're just the aspect. Like yeah, you can manipulate things, but in terms of like complete control, like no. That's what I realized. I was like, this is something you just can't control. Like the sailor doesn't control the sea, as Robert Wagner says in his book. And that's when I realized I think I had ran into one of my animal guides, because a lot of the times when I do get into lucid dreaming, I run into a lot of animals. It's so weird, but as I recently read that most of the time when you run into animals in your lucid dreams, it's all spirit guides, like animal guides trying to guide you and help you out. So when I was telling them to move, he wasn't moving. So that's when I like literally came to the conclusion, like, okay, like, yeah, you don't control the dream. But yeah, that was a powerful experience. I've had a lot more lucid dreams that lasted a lot longer. Uh, and it's funny, like during that dream, it collapsed. But when I woke up, like I was smiling, like it was so weird. Uh, but yeah, like that's something you have to control is your excitement and learning to modulate your feelings. And then throughout the dream, you have to keep constantly looking back at your hands to stabilize it. Because if you don't, it's gonna get blurry and you're gonna end up waking up. So I like cannot I cannot say this as many more is that you need to keep constantly looking back at your hands because like I said it's gonna cause the dream to collapse. But yeah, it's my first video. I'm gonna keep coming back and making more dreams on or more videos on lucid dreaming. So yeah, just be prepared. My next one, I'm probably gonna be talking about these lucid dream pills. So yeah, just watch out for this. All right, peace.